Shana Tova Umetuka, a good and sweet new year to you and your family. I am Rabbi Michael Fell.
I'm Shana Fell.
And we are delighted that you are joining us this morning, the second day of Rosh Hashanah.
We are going to have such a fun time today. We are going to sing. We are going to move our bodies and dance. We are going to listen to a story, and we're going to even learn some new things. It's going to be really awesome.
And it starts right now.
Oh, right this second.
We're going to learn a new phrase, a very important phrase to Rosh Hashanah, and it's mitzvah goreret mitzvah. Can you guys try saying that?
Let's try it together. Ready? Mitzvah goreret mitzvah. What does that even mean?
So mitzvah goreret mitzvah is the idea that one good thing leads to another good thing, and that good thing leads to another good thing.
Whoa,
and
it's
so,
like a chain.
And so if you want to bring good things into this world, the hardest thing is to do the first good thing, and then the rest of it comes afterwards is a lot easier.
Whoa, that sounds complicated, but also awesome.
It is, because one mitzvah makes a huge difference in the whole world.
Oh, right. So we're going to learn a little bit about that later, and we're going to get started with our stretches.
If you take your yadayim, and you can stretch them lamala, take them up to the sky, take them this way, take them up, and then lama to bring them down. And then you can take your yadayim, and you can shake them. You can shake, 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 shake. You can put them on your face, and it can be helpful. You can sort of move your cheeks around a little bit like this, and wiggle your oznaim.
Oh, we're going to be listening a lot today, so we got to get our ears all stretched out.
And you maybe want to open your einaim, open your eyes, because we're going to see lots of cool things today as well. And it's good to massage the cheeks, and let me see some smiles.
Oh, you know why? We need to get our smiles all ready, because we're going to be laughing and smiling. It's going to be super fun, so get that stretched out for sure.
So we have our smiles done, and then let's just warm our bodies a little bit too. Let's stretch, pretend that we're like a big...
That's how I like to wake up in the morning.
That feels good, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Okay, now that we've stretched out our bodies, I think it's time to start warming up our voices.
Okay, I'm ready.
So for this song, all you have...
Oh, you know what I think we should do first? I think we should all introduce ourselves.
Oh, okay.
So all we're going to do, it's going to be very silly.
Okay.
We're on the count of 3. We're going to all say our names out loud. Are you ready?
I am.
So we're going to all just yell them as loud as you can, right where you are. You ready? On the count of 3, I want to hear you say your name super loud so we can make sure we know that you're here with us. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Hi, everyone. We're so happy.
Wonderful. So we're going to warm up our voices now that we all know who everyone is. And you can just repeat after me. And it's a little ditty that goes like this. I said, Hine. I said, Hine matovu manayim.
Hine matovu manayim.
Shevet. Shevet achim gam yachad.
Shevet achim gam yachad.
And then we break it down a little more slowly. It goes like this. I said, Hine matovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Bum. Very important to do the jazz hands.
Yeah, just practice that for a second with us. Ready?
Bum.
We might do that a few times today.
I think so. It's always good. It helps keep you awake.
Yeah. Should we do it one more time just to give everyone a little bit more practice with this one?
I think so too.
All right, let's do it.
I said Hine. I said Hine matovu manayim.
Hine matovu manayim.
Shevet. Shevet achim gam yachad.
Shevet achim gam yachad.
I said, Hine matovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Bum.
Oh, that was a good one. I like that one.
I thought it worked out well.
Makes me laugh and smile.
Every morning when we wake up, we have a chance to thank God for all the wonderful things that we have in our lives. And we have a song called Modeh, and we invite you to sing along with us.
While we're singing, why don't you think also about the things that you feel thankful for today? Because maybe we'll talk about that in a minute.
Sounds good. Modeh ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, shechezarta b'nishmati, b'chemla rabba emunatecha. Oh, every Every morning when I'm done sleeping, I open up my eyes and say, thank you, God, for my neshama and for giving me a brand new day.
Let's do it in Hebrew one more time.
Modeh ani lefanecha melech hayam shechezarta binishmati v'chemla raba emunatecha.
So I was thinking that this year has been very different than other years. It's been a little harder in some ways. Sometimes we have to wear masks. Sometimes we didn't get to go outside as much as we like to. And so when we say Modeh Ani in the morning, it's helpful to remember that there are so many things to be thankful for. Things like, I don't know, coffee, or brothers and sisters.
Toys,
or if we have a house, a roof over our head.
parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles,
Cousins,
nieces, nephews.
Pets. So there's so much to be thankful for. And so I would love it, I think we would both like it, if you would just take a second and just think in your head, or maybe share with a grown-up what you're thankful for today. We'll do it too. Ready?
No.
Our kids.
That's a good thing to be thankful for.
Yeah. Okay.
Did all of you have a chance to share with your grown-up something that you are thankful for this morning?
Give us a thumbs up if you are. Ready? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up.
I see lots of thumbs up over there.
Okay.
Wait. Okay, we got it.
All right, I think everyone did it. Great job, guys. I think we're going to move on to another song. One of our favorites in this house, called Hallelu. It's in the second column on page 1 of your song sheet.
Take it away.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Wave hello to someone far away from you. Wave hello and say
shalom.
Shalom.
That means hi.
Wave hello to someone far away from you. Wave hello and sing hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
This is a silly one.
Scratch the back of someone sitting next to you.
With their permission.
Scratch their back and say Toda.
That means thank you.
Scratch the back of someone sitting next to you. Scratch their back and sing hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Look into the eyes of someone very special. Look into their eyes and see their
neshama.
That means soul.
Look into
The eyes of someone very special. Look into their eyes and sing hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Now we're going to go right into singing the Shema. And the Shema, yesterday we heard a story about the word Shema, which means to
Hear.
And now we're going to learn some special hand motions that you can do while we sing the words of the Shema. So the first one is Shema. So the first one is about listening. So we're going to put our hands up to our ears, just like that. And then Shema Yisrael, the Jewish people, or the people of the book. So we're going to make a book with our hands. Yep. So it's Shema Yisrael. We think about Adonai. God is everywhere. God is in our hearts. Adonai Eloheinu. Adonai. And then Echad means one. So let's do it one more time and then we'll sing it together. Ready? So Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. If you get confused, don't worry. I get confused almost every time. We'll just do our best. Okay, so ready? So we're going to do the song and then we're going to go right into V'ahavta.
Sounds great. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Adonai echad.
And now we're going to go right into the V'ahavta.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'leftecha b'derech u'shofpecha u'vkumecha u'kshartam leod al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam al mizot beitecha u'visharecha. And now it's time for the Torah service. So this is a chance to go into that red bag that you received earlier, and hopefully you've all received a plush mini Torah scroll. Now we're going to have our own...
This makes me feel like a giant.
It does make you... We're going to have our own Torah march right now. So what we're all going to do, we're going to do it here, and you can do it at home, and all of our friends around the shul are going to do it too. We are going to march with the Torah. And not only are we going to march here, we're going to march all over the world.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be very tiring.
Here we go. I want to hold your Torah up. Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe. Hey! Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe. Hey! Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe. Hey! Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe.
I'd like to think a little bit more about Rosh Hashanah. So we know it's the birthday of the world. We know we might make wishes. But I have had this one question the whole time we've been sitting here. What are you wearing?
So this...
Not in a mean way, but like, what are you wearing?
So I'm glad you asked. I'm wearing two special things. This is my talit. Can you guys say talit at home?
Talit.
And this is something special that I wear when I'm praying and I go to shul. And this is something special that I wear on the high holidays. It's called a kittel. Can you say kittel?
Kittel.
A kittel is something special. What color is it?
It's white.
It's lavan. It's white. And one of the ideas on Rosh Hashanah is that we want to try to be as fresh and clean and start over like a clean sheet of paper. And so on Rosh Hashanah, I wear this because I want to feel as new and fresh as I can.
I don't wear that. I wear just some nice clothes to make me feel special and ready to go for Rosh Hashanah. And I think everyone, whatever they're wearing today, will be just right for Rosh Hashanah. But it's always nice to learn new things.
I think so.
Now that we've moved our bodies and we've danced with the Torah and we've sung, now it's time for stories. And I'm going to share one of my most favorite stories with you. It's called A Sick Day for Amos Mcgee by Philip Stead. We're going to read it together right now, so make sure you're very comfy. Amos Mcgee was an early riser. Every morning when the alarm clock clanged, he swung his legs out of bed and swapped his pajamas for a fresh, pressed uniform. He would wind his watch and set a pot of water to boil, saying to the sugar bowl, "A spoonful for my oatmeal, please, and 2 for my teacup." Belly full and ready for the workday, he'd amble out the door. Every day, Amos waited for the number 5 bus. Next stop, City Zoo, the bus driver would call. 6 a.m., right on time, he'd reply. Amos had a lot to do at the zoo, but he always made time to visit his good friends. He would play chess with the elephant, who thought and thought before making a move. Run races with the tortoise, who never, ever lost. Sit quietly with the penguin, who was very shy. Lend a handkerchief to the rhinoceros, who always had a runny nose. And at sunset, read stories to the owl, who was afraid of the dark. One day, Amos awoke with the sniffles and the sneezes and the chills. He swung his achy legs out of bed, curled them back again, and said, "Ugh, I don't think I'll be going to work today." Meanwhile, at the zoo, the animals waited for their friend. The elephant arranged his ponds and polished his castles. The tortoise stretched his legs and limbered up. The penguin sat patiently all by himself. The rhinoceros worried that his allergies were worsening. The owl perched atop a tall stack of storybooks, scratching his head with concern. Where is Amos? The animals all wondered. Later that day, you can see all of the animals waiting at the bus stop and getting onto the bus. How silly. Hooray! My good friends are here. The elephant prepared a game of chess. Amos thought and thought before making a move. I'm too tired to run races today, said Amos to the tortoise. Let's play hide and seek instead. The tortoise hid inside his shell. Amos hid beneath the covers. Amos yawned. I could use a nap. The penguin sat quietly, keeping Amos's feet warm. Achoo! Amos awoke with a sneeze. The rhinoceros was ready with a handkerchief. I'm beginning to feel much better, thank you, said Amos to his friends. He swung his legs out of bed. Perhaps we'll share a pot of tea. Amos wound his alarm clock. It's getting late, he said. After all, we have a morning bus to catch. So Amos said good night to the elephant, and good night to the tortoise, and good night to the penguin, and good night to the rhinoceros, and good night to the owl, who, knowing that Amos was afraid of the dark, read a story aloud before turning out the light. The end. I hope you liked hearing the story about Amos as much as I did.
And I love seeing the pictures too.
Yes, and I love going to the zoo and seeing animals, and that makes me happy to see that in the story. But the thing that makes me happiest of all is that his friends are so kind to him. They do such a mitzvah, a good deed, by visiting their friend when he's sick.
That's called Bikur Cholim, taking care of the sick.
That reminds me of the thing that we were talking about earlier about mitzvah, gurer mitzvah. Because Amos helped his friends, and then his friends helped him, and then who knows who's going to get helped next?
I don't know.
One thing that we do every day is that we think about the people in our community who might not be feeling very well. And so there's certain prayers that we sing. And today we're going to sing a new song. It might be unfamiliar, but you can sing along with us. And we're going to sing it, and it goes like this.
El na rifana la 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 rifana la. El na rifana la 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 la. Put your yuckies in a blanket and roll them up tight. Put the blanket in a rocket and send it out of sight. Bye bye yuckies, go away. Don't come back any other day. Bye bye yuckies, go away. Don't come back any other day. And if you come back, I'll send you away again.
We're going to sing a song called I Like to Hear the Shofar Blast. But I think we need to teach you a couple pieces first. Go ahead.
So the shofar can make different sounds. One sound it can make goes Tekiah. Can you guys try that?
It's sort of one like longish blast. Ready?
Tekiah.
Good.
And then the second sound that it can make is called shvarim. And that's 3 different sounds. And it goes like this. Shvarim. Then there's a third sound called teruah. And that's 9 sounds.
Whoa, I think we can do it. Ready?
You can try. Here we go. Ready? Teruah. I
think we did 9. Did we do it?
I think so.
Okay, great.
And then the last sound that it can make, which is just kind of like the first sound but a little longer, is called Tekiah Gedolah. And it goes Tekiah Gedolah. That was very long.
That was very long. We did it. Okay, so when we sing this song, it's going to be helpful for you to know. You ready? I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Ready? Tekiah, Shvarim, Teruah. Get ready. Tekiah Gedolah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast.
Happy, happy, happy New Year.
Before we finish up today, there are 2 more things that we get to do, especially because it's Rosh Hashanah and we don't want to miss out. The first one is called Tashlee.
So Tashlee is a really neat memory-making experience where what we do is we imagine that we can take all the mistakes that we made, whether maybe we weren't as kind as we could have been, or we didn't share as well as we could have, or maybe we just weren't our nicest.
Yeah, that happens.
And rather than have to carry that with us to always feel bad about it, we can pretend that all of those mistakes are like a piece of bread, and we throw them into a river or into a lake, and we say, goodbye, mistakes. I'm going to do better in the year to come. And so if you look in the red bag that you received, there should be a blue scarf that looks like this. And what we invite everyone to do is to put the scarf either on the floor or on a table, and then you can take these cotton balls and pretend that these are the mistakes that you made. And each person in the family can take turns by throwing all of the mistakes into the lake and saying goodbye to them, because in the new year, we're all going to do better.
And a quick message to parents, this is a really great opportunity to actually do it in real life too. It's easy for kids of all ages to participate, and it's something that can make the holiday feel a little bit special and a little bit different, and gives you room to talk about things that are maybe a little bit hard, like what mistakes we've made and how we want to do better. So just a quick side note there.
You also don't have to do it just on Rosh Hashanah. You can actually do it during any of the 10 days in between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And if you look at your 5781 Yom Tov holiday kit, it actually has a little booklet that helps you do this ritual, and it even has recommendations of where you can go to perform this fun and important act.
Awesome. So you can take a minute now if you want to go try it out. And we're going to move on to the second of the 2 special things we get to do, which is the Shofar.
So we couldn't do it yesterday because it was Shabbat, but we get to do it today. And this is so special that we should all stand up for this.
Ooh, okay, let's do it.
And now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for, the sounding of the shofar.
Yes.
And if we were in the sanctuary at the grown-up service, then usually we would do 2 blessings. And we're going to do them here so we can practice.
Ready?
The first says, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lishmoa kol shofar. To listen to the sound of the shofar.
Awesome.
And then we say Shechechianu for letting us reach this moment. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shechechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Are you guys ready?
We're just going to do 1 of each sound so you can hear how they all sound. Let's do it. Tekiah. Shevarim. Teruah. Tekiah Gedolah.
If you want to hear the shofar sounded in real life, Temple Emanu-El is sounding it in different cities all over Rhode Island. We are in Barrington, Warwick, Pawtucket, and right here on the east side in Providence. And you can check different locations where it's being blown on our website.
Awesome. We're so thankful that you all have joined us for the last 2 days. And don't worry, because we have 1 more day together on Yom Kippur, and we hope you'll join us back here for that. It's going to be so fun. So we want to say Shana Tova U'Metuka.
Shana Tova, everybody.
Shana Tova.